today's Provide With Me family-friendly video, I will share information on exercise and nutrition. Hello, my name is Andra Kunkle. I'm a pediatrician in Lenoir. I work at Mulberry Pediatrics for about the past 26 and a half years. Today my topic is exercise and nutrition. So as we get ready for the children to go back to school, we want to be sure they eat a healthy breakfast. So by that I mean something with some protein and some fat, like yogurt, cheese toast, bacon and eggs, not Oreos and chips and Pop-Tarts. That just hypes them up for school. If they eat a bunch of cereal that has dyes in it, then the teachers are dealing with behavior problems. So give them something healthy to get their day started. I also encourage our patients to have 2 cups of milk a day. This helps build their bones. We build our bones the first 20 years of life, and after that it's downhill. So if we want strong bones when we're 70, we've got to have strong bones when we're 20. So we do that by drinking our 2 cups of milk a day, and then we encourage our kids to drink water. If you want to have a cup of something fun during the day, that's a good way to limit it, but still have the kids have fun with what they're drinking. Avoid things with caffeine, so if you have to do chocolate milk, try to switch it to strawberry milk. Because again, that just is hyping them up for school and the teachers. I encourage families to eat together as a family 5 times a week with no electronics. Focus on the Family did a study that showed of all the habits out there, this was the #1 that helped children to turn out balanced and just turn out as good young adults. So you eat together 5 times a week, no phones, no TVs on, no iPads, just family time. So ask them how their day went. What was the best thing that happened to you today? What was the worst thing that happened to you today? What did you learn today? And then share with them how your day went. This is a great time to influence your children. You only have a few years to do it, so do not let electronics steal that from you. You also find out about bullying issues sooner when you do this. And so this is just a really good habit to get into. We also recommend that the kids get off those electronics. The AAP recommends no more than 2 hours a day. This will decrease the obesity rate. We want our kids outside playing, getting that exercise. They need at least an hour a day. We have a great walking park nearby. You can go there and ride your bikes. Remember when you're riding a bike to wear your helmet. When a child falls and hits that concrete, it is a much bigger deal than if it's an adult. That little developing brain needs protection. You do not want to be getting on a helicopter with your child with a brain injury going to Levine's. So wear those helmets. It's like a seatbelt. Wear tennis shoes. We've had children cut their feet up riding their bike when they're barefoot or in slides or flip-flops. If it's cold outside, wear a coat. Get outside. Don't just stay inside. If it's snowy, go outside and play in it. The germs are inside, so we don't get sick in the winter because of being outside. If it's hot outside, put your sunscreen on 20-30 minutes ahead. It'll work better. If you go swimming, put it back on in about 2 hours. But get outside and play. I also encourage children to play team sports. This is very helpful in making friends. There's a lot of life lessons that you learn when you play team sports. It also is going to help get that exercise and that better sleep and decrease that obesity rate. Speaking of sleep, we have a big problem with children doing electronics at nighttime. A lot of the kids are staying up into the wee hours of the night, texting on their phone or playing games. Electronics keeps our brains awake and alert, so you want to take those up about 2 hours before bedtime. Put them in the parent room to charge. If the kids are sneaking in there when you're asleep and trying to get them back, then you stick them under your pillow or you lock them in your trunk. But you do what you need to do. You're the only sheriff in this house that are going to protect your children. So again, limit these electronics. We want them to have a good night's sleep. A good way to do that is to read before bed. You wind down. Studies have shown that when we read to children or they are reading, that they do much better in school when it's nighttime because you put into memory what you did just before bed. So as you sleep, your brain is putting this information into memory and they do better. They have a better vocabulary. So it's just a good way to wind down at night. Some children do better reading to a pet or to a sibling. They just feel like no one's going to interrupt them or correct them, and they're just more willing to do that. So again, remember this reading time. It doesn't have to be a book. It could be a sports magazine. We want our kids to learn to love to read. And remember, we have great libraries in our area that you can go to. So I hope these tips have been helpful and that your child has a great school year. Thank you for watching this and letting us be a part of your lives.